Viola Ichi, another one from overseas. Peter, what impressions are given you?
Yeah, he's prepped up nice. He's shown a turn of foot, probably a bit more than some of the previous imports we've had. So obviously a long way short of his best. He's well performed middle distance. I think he's a Group 2 winner at a mile and a half in France and Group 1 10 furlongs in Italy. So we're not sure where the Italy form takes us, but the French form equates pretty well with previous imports we've seen perform. So looking forward to him kicking off. Like I say, 7 short of his best, but I'd like to see him doing something Saturday.
They say you put a little bit of speed into Managar. Do you think you can do the same with some of these horses?
Well, he's shown more speed, this horse, so I don't know whether that's a good or a bad thing. He's actually indicated that he's a bit sharper than some of them have been in the past. So, I'm a little bit guarded because he's an 8-year-old entire. But if he takes his work to the races, I think he'll be competitive, certainly when we get down to a mile plus.
Sneaker Peak is another international horse that you've nommed on Saturday. Will it run?
He'll run in the 1400 handicap rather than the Memsey. 61, big weight, but it just gives me another opportunity to have a good look at him. It also gives me the opportunity for Luke to ride both horses and give me a report back. So he's prepped up nice, not too dissimilar to Volaichi. He's shown a turn of foot, showing that he's got a bit of speed and a magnificent looking individual, and I think you'll see him in good races very soon.
Has Luke given you good reports to this point in time?
Don't think he's ridden Volaichi, and he might have had one ride on Sneaker Peak, so I'll leave it to my devices so far, and then he can have an input after Saturday.
One horse he has ridden in the past is Golden Archer, and he runs on Saturday back to the 1100.
Yep, probably just found out condition-wise second up at the 1200 off the long break last start, so 1100 back on his home track. He worked super here on the course proper this morning, and looks an ideal race for him.
You must be pretty pleased the way he's performed.
Yeah, well, he's always been a pretty good horse, and he's performed at stakes level his whole career, and I think Paddy Hyland's horse, Something Warrior, beat him the other day. I think it's a pretty handy horse, so, I don't think, taking into account that he's going to improve condition-wise, I'm pretty pleased with where he's at.
Also a little horse, Never Forget.
Resumed here in a 6 furlong race the other day and found it too short. Obviously, she's another mile and a quarter, mile and a half listed winner from France. She's out to 7 Saturday. From a better draw, I think she'll race close to the pace and be more competitive, but really looking forward to getting her out to probably 9 or 10 furlongs at a following run.
Marisa goes out to the 1400. Really hasn't had much luck in most people's eyes.
No, hasn't. He got too far out of the ground. I think the wet tracks have probably played a part in that also. So hopefully on an improving surface here on Saturday, out to 7 and with the blinkers. I've been happy with her 2 runs, without jumping through hoops. I thought she'd done enough, and looking forward to getting her up and true.
And also, one comes down from Darwin, Dream Face. That's got good form.
It has got good form, territory form, and looks quite a sharp mare. Placed in the Palmerston at a last start, first up off a fair break. So she's still got improvement in her. She's a gross filly, but seems to have very good speed, and looking forward to seeing how she takes to the Melbourne conditions.
And Pete, just closing, how did your horses pull up from Warwick Farm Saturday?
Yeah, happy with the way they both came through. Moment of change. They probably both felt the ground a little bit. It was pretty firm there, but moment of change pulled up good, and he'll go to the Theo Marks in 3 weeks. Lights of Heaven, she'll go to the Chelmsford in a fortnight, and she'll be much better suited at the mile. But once again, those weight for age races in Sydney probably not going to suit her with no speed until she gets out to a mile and a quarter.